Welcome to the Living After Faith podcast, here to help you recover from the damage of religion and move forward with your life, putting the emphasis on living after faith. This is the official podcast of recoveringfromreligion.org. Now with today's program on Living After Faith, here's Rich and Deanna Joy Lyons.
I'm Rich Lyons.
I'm Deanna Joy Lyons.
Come laugh with me.
We've got a special treat for you on this episode. A very, very in-demand atheist rapper. A lot of people have said, you know, if you're going to talk to somebody, this is someone we would love to hear from. And as luck and a little bit of good planning would have it, we've got him for you. We went to the Black Atheist Afterparty after the Reason Rally on Saturday evening, and one train ride and rather a long walk later, we were at this really cool artist collective building. They'd set up the show up in the top floor, and just fantastic music, great people. It was an amazing time. We had such a great party there. And while we were there, Rich got to step out and have a personal interview with Greydon Square.
But before we get there, we want to bring on Mandisa Lateefah Thomas, as she is the organizer of all of this, the one who put it together. You've seen her on the billboards.
And we talked to her on our Reason Rally preview episode of the podcast.
She's not a stranger. But I was so impressed with this event for several reasons. It was just well done. I mean, and you got to be impressed with that. But we went into this, we're very above board in the fact that we don't like to show atheism as a white sausage fest. We're very interested in having people of color, multiple gender. You know, we want
lots of religious backgrounds.
Yeah, we want to represent atheism as it really is, instead of just having a few white guys standing in front. And it was so neat to go to something sponsored by Black atheists, and we weren't the only white people there. In fact, I would say it was a very mixed, very diverse crowd. I wasn't even the oldest fart in the building, and there were plenty of young people. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was such a great show, too, because the music was wonderful. The camaraderie was very palpable. Everybody was very cozy. And, we got a chance to, although it took a little more effort to go to this party than it would have gone to any of the other after shows, this one was well worth it because of the crowd. Everything was so well done and so cozy and so much fun.
It was a blast. So the introduction remarks by Mandisa Lateefah Thomas.
There's a couple of people I'd like to thank. So far, my lovely secretary, Felicia Smith, who's at the door.
Thank you.
Our board members, Mr. Mario Dorsey, Ms. Ayanna Watson from Black Atheists of America, Mr. Morgan Dexter, Ms. Lisa Dyer, and Mr. Charles Osgood, as well as our members who have been standing with us for the past year and in the years to come. And as well as all of you, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming out here today. We are really going to need your help and support in the next years. We definitely are making sure that we are getting out in the community. We're making sure that we are not being silent anymore, because there's no need to be. There's no reason why we can't have pride in saying we're atheists, we're non-believers, we're agnostics, skeptics, whatever. Yeah. And we have a valid reason for saying why we don't believe in this God. So, I'd like to thank you. And however you can support us. And just to make a few announcements, a few of our members in the corner here from Compass 120 Productions, Mr. Doc Martin and Valerie Holland, they are selling T-shirts. Please support them. They are helping in our fight to help bring about secular free thought in the community as well. So this is going to take a collective effort from each and every one of us. Yeah. Again, we are not exclusive to the Black community. We just focus on it. So to get all that out the way, now this is a celebration. This is a celebration of not only free thought, but also hip hop.
Yeah.
Yes. For those of us who have grown up on it. Yeah. For myself, being raised in New York City, Southside Jamaica, Queens, stand up. If you are in the building. I used to listen, I was indoctrinated, and I used to have to listen to Mr. Magic's Rap Attack every Friday and Saturday. I can't remember the times, but I definitely do remember.
11 o'clock.
Yes. We get started earlier, about 8 or 9. And if you don't know these names in the hip hop community, Run DMC, Sugar Hill Gang, KRS-One, yes, Cannabis, LL Cool J, A Tribe Called Quest, NWA. The list goes on and on and on. Yes, Wu-Tang. I'm pretty sure that the MCs that will be standing before you tonight will definitely make sure that they pay homage to those who came before them and who came before us. So we're going to get this show started with the free thought MCs in this community that are help bring about the message and helping carry on the legacy of hip hop. And to, without any further ado, special shout out to Grand Unified Theory.
Grand Unified!
Let's get this show started.
Well, maybe just a little more ado.
Yeah, we're going to get to some music. We've put together a composition or a montage of Greydon's music that we're going to let you listen to, but mainly what we're saying is you need to buy a CD. We did. We got it. He autographed it for us. Great music, but Greydon Square, as Deanna mentioned, he's very busy. He's a rapper. He travels. He makes his money one venue at a time.
And his day job keeps him sort of whisked off to exotic places on short notice.
So it's hard to get a sit down with, but a very nice, personable guy. We met him when before the event even started. Everybody's kind of milling around, having drinks, and there was this tall guy in the crowd, and he was just milling around, talking to different people. And it was only after he had been, talking to people, I realized that was Greydon Square. I mean, when was the last time the star of the show is out in the audience just being a person? And that's the guy, okay? When I asked him if I could do the interview with him, he was like, sure, let's find a place. And I just followed him out in the hallway, and we found a place. Very personable, very nice guy. You're going to find it awfully hard not to like Greydon Square because he just a great guy.
And he's smart as hell, too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm so impressed with what I see in the younger generation of atheists. I mean, a lot of young people who are brilliant smart, just super smart, and are not afraid to be out and open and communicate that in a way that, like Greydon with his music communicates so beautifully. When I remember when I first started letting people know I was an atheist, people said, well, who cares? So you don't believe in anything. Why do you have to have an organization if you don't believe in nothing? That was kind of the attitude. And this younger generation articulates it so well and understands it and gets it and got it quicker than I did. So I'm just so impressed with what we're seeing in this as atheism begins to its overall coming out process.
So many people have blogs and podcasts. They tweet. They use Facebook. They really communicate their positive shared values with everybody. It's far from believing in nothing. It's replacing false beliefs and false moral ideas, things that are unproductive, with hopefully positive, reasonable, evidence-based.
I believe in humanity.
Yeah.
I believe in humans' ability to care for one another. I believe in humans' compassion, that not only do they have the ability to care for one another, but they will care for one another. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah, as we've mentioned and gushed a bit over, this most recent weekend really showed us how much support, how much love that we can all have for each other. And excuse me if I'm a bit squishy.
That's just perfectly fine. It was a squishy weekend. Well, let's get Greydon Square on. This was done at the post-Reason Rally Afterparty, and it was quite a party.
It's a stereotype that people of color are more religious.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think people of color are more religious. It comes from how we received our religion and the circumstances in which we received our religion. If you're a slave and your only hope is some afterlife, you cling to that stronger than if you're just a free man whose destiny is in his own hands. And yes, there's some being up there, but my destiny is in my own hand. If you're a slave, the world is not like that. The world is, I have a master, and this master has a master. His name is God. And so somehow the God is going to hold the master accountable, but that doesn't happen because the master is vicious and cruel. So there's a disconnect here, unless one of two things. One, the God is just as cruel as the master, or there is no God and the master is cruel because he's cruel. So I think that the reason why minorities or people of color tend to be more religious is because of the system in which we received our individual religions. African Americans went through slavery and required a bit more religiosity to get through their horrific experience. There are Latin Americans or Pacific Islanders who received their religion through conquest and forced relocation. There's so many ways that people get their religion and receive their religion that it makes it harder to rip that from them or to say, hey, maybe you want to analyze that or examine that a bit. Well, no, this got me through slavery. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This got me through slavery. No, it didn't get you through slavery. People got you through slavery, or the end result and all of that. Pardon me. No worries. So essentially, I just think it has to do with the credit going to the wrong place. People are religious for a variety of reasons, but one of the reasons why I think that a lot of people of color are religious is because things tend to be bleak amongst our communities as the chances of success. We don't have that as much. So, I completely am for people making their own way. However, look at the history. And if you look at the history, you'll see why we're more religious than other people. That doesn't mean we have to stay that way. To me, we would be just as intellectual as other intellectual groups had we been exposed to that earlier. But that's not necessarily the case. So
tell me about your music and what you're doing and how you are affected.
Well, I hope that I have a positive effect on the community. I don't know for sure right now if I do or I don't, but I hope that that's the case. And I think that I'm an ambassador to the secular community for hip-hop. A lot of secular people say that they don't like hip-hop or they don't know of hip-hop that they like. And when they tell me they like me, a lot of times I just like to say, so there is hip-hop you like. And I just want you to know that. It isn't all rap is bad. It isn't all hip-hop is bad. It really depends on what you look for and what you're looking for. If you can find that, the internet is a great place to find a bunch of very skilled but well unknown people. And so what I try to do is, look, Grand Unified Theory is a simple organization. We use our creativity to educate and inform people. And we don't really go outside the bounds of that. Obviously, I would like more people to be reasonable and use critical thinking and logic. But the best way to get them to do that is to show them that you can use these things in an artistic expression. So it's just, I hope that what I'm doing is positive. And I know I've made some mistakes in my career and things I probably could have handled better. But as far as the music that I'm trying to put out, I absolutely am trying to enlighten and educate and inform people, even if as a person I'm fallible and I am, I make mistakes. Well, yeah, but I have been held to a bit of a different standard now that I'm amongst the secular community and all that. And, I understand that. I understand a part of where that is, but people have to understand, man, I'm an unraised kid. I'm a group home kid. I have a hard head because I have to learn things the hard way, and I mean, it's not intentional or personal or the intent was not to hurt or wrong people. So if that happened through the course of this career, I'm sorry. But, at the end of the day, I just want people to understand that I want you to open your mind up and think about things that when I started thinking about them, they created an experience in me. So, with the community, I hope that they just understand that I'm a hip hopper. Before even secularism, hip hop is my first love. Music is my first love. So I just want people to understand, we're here and we're talking about the things that you think about all the time.
Were you raised with religion?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I was severely indoctrinated. I grew up in group homes that were run by churches and went to schools that were run by churches and, had staff members who promoted their particular religion at the group homes that I lived in. How you doing, man? Did I grow up with religion? Yeah. how much of an impact has it had on my life since I recognized what it was. Not as much so much as the me refuting it, the indoctrination has done for my musical career. But, I don't know.
Where are you going? What's your goals?
I would like for the secular community to stop saying, I don't like hip-hop, or I've never found hip-hop that I like. Because if you like me, you like hip-hop, or there is hip-hop that you do like. So the only thing that I'm trying to do is raise awareness, educate and inform people, and show them that hip-hop is a great tool and mechanism to reach people, man. Lyrics are powerful. Rhyming is powerful. It's all it is poetry. I mean, we're poets. But, we time it to a beat, and we all have our own styles and different kung fus that we have, but it's poetry. And that's the most powerful thing. What's up, man? It's the most powerful thing there is. So, thank you very much. Thank you.
There you have it, Greydon Square. We promised just some of his music. This is just a montage off of his CD. We were able to buy this CD, and lots of great music, lots of the lyrics are just, well, here, we'll let you listen.
Some sugarcoat good times with a laugh track while they force fed a Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the same meal as that Mercedes-Benz and Ho. I made music from a Greydon perspective, ex-gangbang and atheist veteran. Wait until 2011 so I can hear all these 2012 freaks preach about the end of the world being the end of the week. Grab the grinder and scrape the Keith, throw it in the bowl, grab the lighter and blaze the heat. While you all excited, hold your breath and think of me, Mr. X. Peace to Carl Sagan, let your mind be everywhere like tattoos on basketball players. Do what you love and never work a day in your life. Your hobby should be a passion, right? Make that your career. Feel me? Look. The studio is my heaven's gate. You still wanna be a rapper, I wanna be an intellectual heavyweight. This is not for the weak-minded. This is for all those people with IQs above 190. You want your brain picked, come find me. You think you ready to battle my wit, come try me. My reading list consists of secular authors. To my fellow vets, respect and nothing but honor. I wanna go into history with people still dissing me. Compose my own symphony, roll the blunt, hit the weed. All I want you to do is expand your mind. Let it get lost in the sands of time. Not evolve, that's just asinine. You remain static. Do something long enough, it changes your brain patterns. I submit to no gods, no Bronze Age dictators, nor rappers bragging about they thick paper. Give me the mic, let me blaze it once. My quantum raps exist in several different states at once. How many people pray for destruction? I bet a lot of them. Bigoted and just as informed as Pat Robertson. Creationism gives us a big laugh. You sided with the side of spells and witchcraft. Ouija boards and such. Your mind is a church and you got the windows boarded up. Aren't you bored or what? I guess ain't nothing getting in. And I bet the only thing you care about is fitting in. Your holy books inspire hate, despair, and drama. If your God does love you, I hope you make him wear a condom. People think with prayer they're safe in the streets. Frederick Douglass didn't become free till he prayed with his feet. You can tell the hell in God are man-made. They both want to question authority and demand slaves. And any incarnation of slavery's not good. So from here we can deduce Stockholm Syndrome is not hood. But it gets deeper than this, especially when people get pissed. When you point out their deity's nature and even intent. But I'll never worship anything with evil in it. Especially something who allows evil to even exist. I don't give a shit if he created me. That don't give him the right to commit genocide with pride and act crazily. That's why they want to stop me like I'm assaulting they prophet. Ain't no used to read, they were gonna kill me and such. Now they read, I don't talk about other religions enough. Lyrical debate. the sink. I'm a black atheist and there's more of us than you think. Would you think that I would just sit up and just let you cheat? Never, as long as there's a beat and a single breath in me. I'ma keep attacking every religious faction, every single section. If I didn't mention yours, every missed rapture, every single infection. If I fail to mention yours, then you'll get it next thing.
Goddamn that I am. Religion's a corporate scam. No voting for Uncle Sam. Enslaved with praying hands. The birth of the straw man. Who's part of his fraud plan. Fight tribal with family clans. Use rifles to conquer lands. Thyself is Morton master. Mass graves in a war disaster. Kill gays and cordless pastors. Enraging some conscious rappers. Engaging they helter skelter. The rage from the sun will melt them past days.
Our kids should be reaching for the stars, not ways to repent. Why's the age to choose religion less than the age of consent? They knew to teach you when you were gullible, God was infallible. Even though deep down inside it wasn't as logical. Lie after lie, they told you pathological. You knew it didn't make any sense, it wasn't possible. Another oxymoron, religious education. Classes on scientifically biased information. If God gives you a brain but doesn't want you to think, you got a gaps is no answer, he's no missing link. He's an abomination, like Catholic confirmation. Their lesson is not to question or rise above your station. Bible classes, catechisms, and Hebrew schools. Some generations will follow anyone, even fools. Some claim to have the only truth, a monopoly. But the most ridiculous thing religion tells to us is quite possibly, put your trust in me, I won't lead you wrong. Just put your trust in me. How can you go wrong? Keep telling us. Just put your trust in us.
I'm Deanna Joy Lyons.
I'm Rich Lyons, and
my name is Alex Jules. I'm with the Dallas-Fort Worth Coalition of Reason. Come laugh with me.
You've been listening to the Living After Faith podcast, the official podcast of recoveringfromreligion.org. The music in this episode is Rosecross by Morrison's Prophecy. You can follow on Twitter at LAF with me, like Living After Faith on Facebook, or go to livingafterfaith.com. Thank you for listening to Living After Faith.